All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I am One Bar with Lupagus, and this is the game preview of the 2-5 Minnesota Vikings against the 3-4 Detroit Lions. What a matchup! What a matchup for America.
Yeah, this is the America's Game of the Week on Fox, and of all the big announcers, it's huge. Shit just doesn't get much bigger than this unless it's the Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, we're joking, but here's the thing. Vikings Packers, it's not up there with Vikings Lions. It's not up there with Vikings Packers, maybe not even Vikings Bears, but there's a lot of interesting things going on with this game. A lot of what do I want to say? There's players from the former Vikings going on here. There's a lot of interesting things to it's just not the normal Lions Vikings matchup.
It's not. Usually the Vikings are better than this. Usually the Lions are a little bit worse than this. So we're going into uncharted territories. But the Vikings have about a 5-game winning streak against these rascals, and hopefully it'll be 6. So let's get to know Detroit first. Detroit, like I said, they're 3-4. They've beaten the Jags, Falcons, and surprisingly, they beat the Arizona Cardinals. They have I don't even know who they lost to. I didn't even put it down, but they did beat the Falcons, which we did not. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, Todd Gurley did not fall down when he was supposed to. Like, he had the Lions the win. Yeah, it is interesting, and it's hard to really gauge how good, who's better at this point, because the Vikings have looked good in a lot of games. The Lions have looked good in their moments. Both teams are dinged up going into this game. We don't even know right now.
Dinger.
They're going to have their starting quarterback. So we'll get an injury report soon, but it's going to be an interesting battle, and neither team is at full strength.
No, and just Detroit right now, where they are ranking offensively overall, they're 22nd in the league, 15th overall in passing, 29th rushing. Defensively, also ranked 22nd, 19th against the pass, 24th against the rush. So they're in the middle to the ass end of kind of everything, and that's kind of where the Vikings are ranked as well.
Every year it seems like the Lions are on the ass end.
They are. And when all is said and done, they probably will be last in the NFC North, but we'll see what happens. As far as storylines going in this game, you already brought up one, but we got the former Vikings. We got AP Griffin's first game as a Lion. J-Ron Curse, who we will talk about, and we will.
Justin Coleman,
you're right. And don't forget, the Vikings have Riley Reif and Amir Abdullah. So this is...
and also... Isn't Darrell Bevel calling the plays for the Lions right now?
You're damn right he is. You are damn right. Other storylines, Matt Stafford, we know, is on the COVID list. So far, he has not tested positive for COVID. Still has a chance to play. We'll see about that. Another storyline, just quick, is even though we have a worse record than the Lions, whoever loses this game, I think it's fair to say they're completely done. I mean, we might be looking at both these teams saying, we're probably done, but whoever loses this one, you are done. I mean, it's over.
It's funny you say it, because we already thought the Vikings were done, but if they win this game, 3-5, then you play the Bears. If you somehow squeak that one out, the schedule's pretty soft. So the Vikings win this game, they could potentially be back in the hunt. Same with the Lions. Also, they're 4-4, feeling pretty good about themselves. So this is kind of a make or break game for both teams.
And the Lions have a very soft schedule coming up as well. I know they got Washington. They got some very winnable games coming up. So even though the midsection, even though there's a lot of stuff going on, this is a must win for both teams. A must win to even the thought of making a move. So we'll see what happens. But let's we talked about injuries. Let's hop into it.
Yeah, wait, I think I hear something. You hear that? P. Hauser typing in his journal after giving a physical to some young boy.
All right. Injury report. The One Bar injury report for the Vikings. As far as people who did not practice, Holton Hill, Mark Fields, Cam Danzler. Those are the 3 that did not practice. Yes, there's a theme there. They are all cornerbacks. As far as limited, Dan Chisena is limited. Harrison Hand also limited.
So your boy.
Yeah, that is my boy. I love that guy. So very, very thick very, very thick of cornerbacks, which we'll talk about after this. But the Lions as well, they've been hit with the injury bug. Jamal Agnew, their returner, did not practice. Kenny Galladay didn't practice. Appears he is definitely out. Tracy Walker, their starting safety, didn't practice. Unfortunately, he didn't practice. I'd like him to play because it doesn't appear he's very good. Another guy, Joe Dahl, their backup guard, didn't practice. Limited. Their starting right guard, Vaitai, and Taylor Decker was limited. Christian Jones was limited. Dale Roberts was limited. Danny Shelton was limited. Desmond Trufant was limited. So a lot of limited, a lot of Lions up in the air, and a lot of those guys are starters. So it'll be interesting.
My guidance counselor in high school told me my future chances at life are limited.
Yeah, and that's why you were on this show today. So thank you for joining.
Wow.
So yeah, injuries all around will be a factor come Sunday.
Yeah, it's crazy. Both these teams very, very dinged up, and going to be some kind of not real familiar names making key plays on Sunday, I think.
Well, I don't know if they'll be key plays. They'll be plays. And another thing we didn't mention is Stafford isn't on this because he's on the COVID. Trey Flowers, they just put on the IR. So another big blow to that defensive line. Everson Griffin will probably step in that spot, though. So we'll see.
Speaking of Flowers, remember that movie my brother used to show us named Flowers?
I do. It makes me ill just thinking about it.
Yeah. So what also makes me ill is a plane ride. Especially one around the NFC North.
You should take some Dramamine.
Yeah. So anyway, here's the current standings. NFC North. You got the Packers at 5-2. The Bears are 5-3 after getting destroyed last week. Was that the Rams game last week? Or that was the Saints? Yeah, it didn't look real great in that one either. Lions are at 3-4, and the Vikings at 2-5 after destroying the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. So, again, we are at week 9. No one really saw the Vikings at 2-5 at this point. Lions 3-4. I think it's probably safe to say that's about what many expected of them at this point.
All right. Well, the Lions do have some new faces. Why don't you give us a little rundown of some new guys in that beautiful shade of blue?
Well, I think I will. And the most recent one is Everson Griffin, defensive end they traded for. He used to be on the Dallas Cowboys. Supposedly, he used to play for the Minnesota Vikings. And if you ask head coach Mike Zimmer, he was a pretty good player for the Vikings. And this is something to watch because this really got Everson Griffin pissed off. He's on over Twitter today, writing shit. And actually, to me, this is a little bit worrisome because he is a fiery dude. He's a leader. He can get his fellow teammates riled up over this, seeing it as a sign of disrespect. And he's a rah-rah guy. And I think if he can get these other guys at his level from this, using his very contagious energy, this could be a problem.
I don't see this as a problem one damn bit. I think it's a win for the Vikings because he was probably going to have 2 offsides as it is. Now he's going to be more fired up. Now he's probably going to have 7 or 8 offsides. He gives a lot of first downs. He's going to make some stupid mistakes. The fact that he gets riled up, that he called him good, is why I love Everson Griffin. It's pure entertainment. I love the fact of watching the video of him showing him upset, saying that he should have been called great and not good. I love the guy. I'm glad he said it. It's great entertainment, but I don't think this helps his case at all. I think Riley Reef is going to shut his ass down.
Well, your point about the offsides is good. The rest of it, I actually do worry about. But let's see who else the Lions brought in. They brought in cornerback Desmond Trufant. They brought in your boy, J-Ron Curse. I used to play for the Vikings. D-tackle Danny Shelton.
Love that guy.
Quarterback Chase Daniel. Vikings killer, defensive tackle Nick Williams. Linebacker Jamie Collins. Defensive tackle Halapolotavayatahatavayatai.
Nailed it.
Cornerback Tony McRae. Linebacker Reggie Reagan. And I didn't even realize this, but Geronimo Allison is a Lion. Did you know that?
He opted out. He's not there.
I know, but he's actually on their team. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And in the draft, a couple big names to keep an eye on. Cornerback Jeff Okudah, running back DeAndre Swift, guard Jonah Jackson, and don't forget the 6th round pick, defensive tackle John the Cock Pinasini.
Yeah, Pinasini might see some action this weekend
Oh,
too. It'll be
you'll see some action.
you're damn right he will. I mean, out of those all guys, nothing. I mean, did you didn't mention AP? AP is definitely there.
Well, I forgot he was lying.
Yeah, nothing too scary there. They did have a good draft. I'll give them that. Everson Griffin, I'm not worried about him. Jamie Collins is a good player, but yeah, nothing too scary.
Yeah, a lot of guys, not a lot of impact players here. So I'm not real. I'm just worried Everson Griffin get everybody fired up, get that Pinasini pointed in the right direction. A little bit concerning, but
Possible. It's possible.
all right. All right, so it's the first time we played the Lions. So give me your favorite Detroit Lion of all time. I know it's hard because they're a division rival. You play these guys twice a year, but the Lions have always kind of been the lovable losers of the NFC North. So who is your favorite Lion of all time?
Yeah, it's tough to hate the Lions. My favorite Lion of all time is easy, and he goes by the name of Herman Moore, wide receiver. That dude would get 9,000 catches a game.
And Tecmo Bowl.
Well, that too, but he was damn good. There was that stretch there for like 3 or 4 years where he was the man. Hated going against the Lions just because of Herman Moore. I think that's when they had like Johnny Morton too, Scott Mitchell throwing on the ball. Herman Moore was a very, very lovable guy. He's definitely my favorite Lion.
Yeah, he was damn good. But I'm going with the best, maybe the best who ever played the damn game. Running back Barry Sanders. He would make Vikings defenders look silly. His footwork, how quick he was, his moves, just a rare breed. And I didn't really appreciate it then because I was so pissed off how foolish he was making us look. But you go back and you watch some of the film on Barry Sanders now, and you just really appreciate how good this guy was and how rare he was. So, without a doubt, it's Barry Sanders.
Yeah, Barry Sanders is probably about 13th for me as far as when it came down. I mean, Corey Schlesinger was up there. Absolutely. Chris Claiborne. There's a lot of Lions I enjoyed. They might not have been good, but I enjoyed them.
When we got Chris Claiborne, you told me you were going to take a shit in my front yard.
I still owe you that. I was very excited. It didn't pan out that great for the Vikings, but it was a big signing at the time. Big signing.
It was. It really was.
All right. Before we get into ways that the Vikings are going to win this game or the Vikings are going to lose, let's play another little game. Which Lion, if you could take any Lion from the current roster and put them on the Vikings, who are you taking?
This might be a bit of a surprise, and I actually surprised myself when I picked this guy. But I'm actually going with the rookie third-round pick, the guard Jonah Jackson. To have that young guard that is already playing at a very high level on your roster, you got one of your weakest positions set and figured out. I think would be huge for the Vikings right now. So if I'm taking one player from the Lions right now, it's Jonah Jackson, and I'm going to plug him at left guard. And our O-line is going to be freaking glorious moving forward.
Yeah, Jonah Jackson's having a great year. Great value in round 3. I don't blame you one damn bit. I am going to get a little selfish, a little unpredictable, or very predictable, I should say. I'm just going with Okudah, first-round pick. He's having a tough rookie year, no doubt about that. In fact, it's mildly gross rookie year, and I look forward to the Vikings taking advantage of him. But so much upside. Plopping him in there with our other young guys, that secondary gets me sopping wet, so I'm taking Okudah.
How about this? This is a question. It's not on the script, so I hope you're ready for it. If you could take one former Viking who's on the Lions right now and put him back in purple, who is it?
I'd take Jaron Kearse, and then I'd cut him. Because I don't want anyone else. I'd say, Jaron, welcome, goodbye.
Wow.
How's that for an answer?
You are a cutthroat.
Yeah, well, is what it is. All right, let's talk about the game. Let's get into this.
Do it.
So 3 ways do we want to start on a good note or a bad note?
Whatever. I'm fine either way.
Well, let's start with the 3 ways the Vikings lose to the 3 and 4 Lions. What are they going to do to give this game away?
Well, I think if you can't stop the run and not even like shutting it down, but if you're letting them, get first downs on 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, giving them a second option as far as their offense goes, you got to make this team one-dimensional. If their run game is going, if DeAndre Swift is working, Adrian Peterson is working, it could be a long day for the Vikings defense. So I think you definitely got to shut that down first, make them a one-dimensional team. If it is Chase Daniel, make him beat you with his arm.
And he will. He might just do that. My number one, as far as the way the Vikings lose, is just going back to our depleted secondary. Last week we kind of got handed a gift with the not very good weather, the high winds. Aaron Rodgers was having a tough time with his completion percentage. Well, this week's going to be a lot different. There is going to be no wind, and I am very, very scared, regardless who the quarterback is, that they're going to be able to take advantage of these guys, because any team playing us, they should be able to take advantage of this. This is a rough looking crew back there. And I'm talking cornerback wise. So that is definitely a way they're going to lose.
Another way they lose games, they lose a turnover battle. This is not a team. The Vikings is not a team that can, make a lot of explosive plays and get themselves back into games. If you turn the ball over deep in your own territory, whether that leads to a field goal or a touchdown, you cannot give the Detroit Lions any extra points, any unearned points. You got to be clean. You can't, Kirk Cousins can't be throwing his interceptions, doing his little fumble slap things that he does. Cook's got to secure the ball. So you cannot lose this turnover battle, because if you do, the Vikings will be 2-6.
Gross. Yeah. Look what happened last week. No turnovers. We won the turnover battle. Big old W. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Next one I got is you got to contain the Hawk. You got to contain Mr. Hawkinson. Galladay out. Hawkinson's having a pretty damn good year. He's a hot target for Stafford. That matchup scares me a little bit. Hawkinson going against our linebackers. And I think he's gonna have a big game regardless, but we gotta keep him in check.
Yeah, and I think another thing you gotta factor in here is you gotta contain Marvin Jones. He's a Vikings killer. He had 10 receptions for 920 yards and 4 touchdowns one game last year.
Yeah, that was in the first quarter.
And this kind of piggybacks off what you said with their young and really inexperienced and gross secondary, who's also injury riddled. I would put 2 or 3 guys on Marvin Jones, make it be Marvin Hall, make it be Danny Amendola. Don't let Marvin Jones, who has a track record against the Vikings, do what he does. He loves feasting off the purple.
Yeah, I'm expecting a pretty good game from him. My last one is just don't do what the Vikings are notorious for doing, which is following big wins up with a big old fat dud. That's what we do. When the Vikings go out, give us hope, whether it's playoffs, regular season, win a game they shouldn't. They come back the next game, and it's like they're a completely different team. Keep the momentum going. Do not come out flat.
Yeah, no, I agree. One thing I also have that's maybe not in the Vikings' control, but if Matt Prater is hot and he hits 8 to 9 to 10 field goals, that will be enough to let the Lions get the victory. But that's what he does. They could kick the ball from their own 20, and Matt Prater will find a way. He'll be half shit-faced, but he'll kick that ball right through the uprights.
Yeah, Matt Prater, they could be on their own 15-yard line, 4th and 9, and they're going to trot Matt Prater out there, and he will nail it. That guy does not miss against us.
Not even possible.
All right, let's go to 3 ways the Minnesota Vikings will beat these bastard Lions.
I feel like I'm cheating a little bit because
You are.
All right. Well, you ride Delvin Cook. He doesn't have to go off like he did against the Packers, but enough to where he's setting up that play action where you can definitely take advantage of the young and depleted Lions secondary. They're going to be worried about Cook after what he did last year. I think that's going to be the number one focus. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen to make a huge splash in this game.
So basically, everybody on the offense needs to have a good game.
I named 3 players. I'm just saying, play action is going to be there. Take advantage of it.
All right. Yes, that is also one of mine. Mine's basically just don't go away from the run. If we're down early, whatever, keep pounding that thing. Let the man cook. Let's. We like you said, we don't have to give Dalvin Cook the ball 30 times like we did last week, but pound that thing and pound it hard and pound it often.
Should they use lubricant?
No, never. Not against the Lions.
Another thing you got to do is you got to get some pressure on the quarterback, whether it's Matt Stafford, Chase Daniel. You can't let them sit in the pocket, scan the field, and take advantage of these, I don't want to say horrible, but let's just say inexperienced cornerbacks.
No, they're pretty horrible. They're pretty bad.
these horrible cornerbacks. If they get time, it's gonna be ugly. So if it's DJ Wan, I'm building off his awesome finish in the last game. Adenabo he's been better. Jalen Holmes is, he's done okay. So get some pressure, and maybe Mike Zimmer's got to get creative again with Harrison Smith, Eric Hendricks, whoever. Send some blitzes. We cannot let the Lions quarterback be comfortable in the pocket. If he is, it'll be gross. So get the pressure going.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a big old scoop of DJ Wanham on Sunday. We'll see, but yes, they need to get pressure on them. Mine, other way the Vikings will win is just offensive line. I mean, play. Maybe if they don't even play as good as they did last week, but play damn near close. They had a great game last week. Keep that momentum going. Ezra Cleveland. Let's see if that's a real deal. Let's see if he's actually getting better. If that was a fluke, because he had a great game. They're going to be going against some decent defensive linemen. Danny Shelton, if he plays, we got Everson Griffin. So keep that going. Keep it going. Let's show that it's for real.
Yeah, the one other thing I think that would be very key for the Vikings to win this football game is it kind of builds off Dalvin Cook having a good game on the ground, but long drives. Keep this Lions offense off the field. There's one thing that scares me with the Lions is probably their offense, even with Chase Daniel. I mean, Hawkinson, you talked about him, Marvin Jones, DeAndre Swift, Adrian Peterson. There is weapons here, and we, our defense is still giving up a shit ton of yardage, a shit ton of points a game. The longer the drives, we did it against the Packers. If we can do it again against the Lions, that'll be huge. So let's, 8-minute drives for the Vikings offense.
Oh, wow.
Keep moving those chains. Keep milking the clock.
Milk it.
Clock.
Milk it. Final is the Lions have given up some big games to some receivers this year. Julio Jones, a lot of guys have gone off on this Lions secondary. So while I want them to pound the ball to Dalvin Cook quite a bit, I also want them to stretch the field. And I think whoever it is, Justin Jefferson or Adam Thielen, I think when all is said and done, one of these guys is going to have a big old game, and that's going to be a must.
Hell yeah.
I keep ripping on the Lions secondary, saying it's horrible, which it is, but they're pretty on par with the Vikings. I mean, they're both horrible. This could be a very high scoring game, regardless of who's playing quarterback for the Lions.
Yeah, I really don't think it matters. I mean, I love Matt Stafford, but Chase Daniel, I mean, the Vikings, I mean, do not underestimate this guy. He made plays against them last year, so if they go in there thinking, hey, we're going to easy win because Chase Daniel's a quarterback, they're going to get another thing coming.
Yeah, Vikings against backup quarterbacks never ends well.
Yeah.
Ever.
All right. So are you done? Are you anybody else? Anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
Who is your game changer for this Sunday?
My game changer for this Sunday, well, I already mentioned him, and it's boring, but it's true. It's Ezra Cleveland. He showed up last week. He had a fantastic game. I mean, a great game, and he needs to do that again. He's going to be a big part of if that offensive line is doing well on Sunday. So my game changer is Ezra Cleveland. I'm putting this on your shoulders, Ezra. Do what you do.
He's only done it twice.
Yeah, and I want him to do it 3 times.
All right. Well, we keep talking about these Lions who are Vikings killers, but we have failed to mention the Vikings who are Lions killers. And my game changer is a guy who has been a proven Lion killer over his career with the Vikings.
Chad Beebe?
You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about, no, it's not Chad Beebe. It is Kyle Rudolph.
Rudes.
This guy always goes off against the Lions. He's had 3 touchdown games against them. And I think it's going to happen. He is due for a huge game. He's due for his multiple touchdown game. He's been very, 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 very quiet this year. He is going to make a lot of noise, and I'm going to go and say it. You know what? He's going to have his 3 touchdown game against the Lions this week. It might only be 3 catches, but it's going to be 3 catches that make points. So Rudolph is going to explode all over the Detroit Lions. It's going to be messy.
Wow. You are right. Kyle Rudolph does own the Detroit Lions. So I would love that to happen. He deserves it. We deserve it. Kyle Rudolph. Fantastic. I love it. Let's go to the bold predictions. What is your bold prediction for the game?
My bold, and this might be crazy, and I know I've had a couple beers.
All right, hold on. I feel like I should go first now because mine is not crazy. Mine is boring. So we should end with on a crazy note. Otherwise, mine will be very lackluster.
Hope they're not the same.
My bold prediction is basically that Dalvin Cook's going to follow up last week's game with damn near the same type of game. I'm not going to say 4 touchdowns, but I think Dalvin Cook will have 150 yards on the ground plus maybe a couple touchdowns. He is going to explode all over John Pennicini.
Oh my God, I want John Pennicini to explode.
That's my bold prediction. So what do you got? I'm expecting something crazy now.
It is crazy. It's insane. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to predict that Matt Prater misses a field goal against the Vikings.
Oh my God. I wish I had another beer in front of me. I'd slam it. I can't believe what you just said. He does not miss against the Vikings. Never.
When I say he does it, it's going to happen.
I appreciate your boldness, but it's not going to happen. Never does.
Oh.
All right. So wrap up this game in a nutshell.
Well, I think you touched on it. I think it's going to be high scoring. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be stressful. I don't think it's decided until late, but you know, I like the Vikings' chances in this. I really do. I think just seeing how this team came out and played, we've talked about them tanking. I don't think anybody who actually suits up and gets paid to play for the Vikings has that in their mind, and I think that's going to continue to show. And I expect a pretty damn good performance from the Vikings this week.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have 2 teams come out here that are gonna be scrappy. They know they need this win. They know if they lose this game, it's pretty much over. Regardless who's playing quarterback for the Lions, I don't think that really matters. Yes, Stafford is better, but that doesn't concern me much. And I think it's gonna be a damn good game. And we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but Jaron Kearse, I hope he just has a very bad game just because he keeps yapping on Twitter how much he does not like the Vikings. Lupagus is sick of me hearing me say that. But you know, damn, we're the team that drafted him. Give us some love. Be happy. You're in a new team. And I hope he has a bad play.
But I don't understand why he's not any more upset with the Lions than he was with the Vikings. They're using him exactly the same, probably not as much as they should. And Kearse was a guy who wasn't played as much as he should have been. And when he did get a chance, he kind of did pretty damn well. You look at what he did against Denver last year, saved our asses in that game.
Absolutely.
But again, still very underplayed. But then he went ahead and did that boneheaded thing, got himself in trouble. And I think that's why he only got a 1-year deal from the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I love Kearse. I loved when he was here. I love what they did with him. He played some great games, but I just wish he wasn't on Twitter because he's not nice to the purple anymore. But that's it. All right, done. All right. We're going to have our game predictions this Saturday, so make sure to check in.
Yeah, you got to come up to my deer stand because that's where I'll be.
I'll be there.
Probably eating some raw venison. Before we get to that, though, remember this. Charlie Chaplin once he won 3rd prize in a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest.